And now we're gonna do some broccoli too. Now the same concept as with the onions and the bell peppers. We want all our broccolis to be the same size so that they cook even. So we're just gonna cut them just about like that. Just about like that. Now if you notice when I cut, I use my knuckles as my guide. See, then I lay my knife against it and boom. And that keeps you from cutting yourself. Now if you're new to it, you can kind of angle your knife away from your knuckles. So you make sure you don't cut yourself. And that's that. So I cut them all like that. We'll be ready to go. Now the last thing we're going to prep is our chicken. And what I have is boneless, skinless thighs. So, when you're dealing with any type of meat, make sure you don't have chewy meat, where sometimes you can get with chicken. You ever had chicken that's chewy? But the way you avoid that is you want to cut perpendicular to the grain. So on this chicken here, the grain is going this way. So we're going to make this one cut. So the grain is going this way. So we're going to cut perpendicular to it. That way we know we're going to have some tender chicken. We're going to have that tender chicken the way I like it. So once again, the grain is going this way. So we're going to make this one cut. Then we're going to cut perpendicular to the grain. And that's how you get a nice tender chicken. Now that we finished with our chicken, and I did about 10 boneless, skinless thighs. So that'll be enough for, shoot, you can feed about 5 people. If you only got 2 or 3 people in your house, it'll be a nice meal to last you throughout the week. So now I'm just gonna marinate my chicken a little bit. A little bit of salt before we get started. And we'll do a little soy sauce too. I'm just going to do the salt and the soy sauce. We're going to take that, mix that around, let that marinate while we're preparing our salt. So we prepare everything we're going to cook with first. We cut it all up. Then we're going to do our sauce. We're going to saute our chicken and our broccoli. And next, I'm going to show you how we're going to do our rice. What we're going to do now, that we got all our vegetables cut and our meat and everything prepared, we're going to throw our rice on. Our rice is going to take about a good 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. So by the time we finish everything else, the rice will be done. What we want to do is fill it up with water to about 1 inch above the rice. It's real simple. I'd say that's about a little more. That's where we want it. So you can measure with your finger. It comes about right there. Alright. So now that we got our rice ready, what I like to do with my rice is put just a little oil in it. Alright. Now what we're going to do with this rice is and I'll show you. We're going to let the water boil down to just beneath where the rice is at. Then we're going to cover it and let the steam finish cooking it. It's real simple. Alright, now we're going to get to work on our Thai curry sauce. So put a little oil in our pan. Let the pan get good and hot. And once it began, we got our flavor components that we're working with. Alright, so we're going to start with our ginger. Start with our ginger. Our small dice of ginger. Alright. Let that saute for a few minutes. Our small dice of ginger. Anytime you sauteing with high heat, don't ever walk away from it. You want to stay on top of it. Because you burn something in this dish and you ruin the whole thing. So we're going to stay on top of our ginger. Alright, let's cut that heat down a little bit. Okay, next we're going to add our garlic. And once again, when you're sauteing, especially when you use garlic, you never want to walk away from it. You want to stay on top of it, because if you burn the garlic, there's no turning back from that. So we're going to do our garlic. Add a little more oil in there. Cut our heat down a little bit. This is the flavor of our dish right here. This is where we're going to get that good Thai flavor from. Alright. Now, this is when we start adding the other components of our dish. One of which is brown sugar. Put a little brown sugar in there. That's about right. At this point, you want to keep your heat low. You already got your pan hot, so now you're working with residual heat. Alright. Now we're going to add our curry. I like to make my own curry, so I'm going to add a little bit of this chili powder. And some turmeric. That's good. That's how you do it. We're going to put some pepper in here. And this is ground pepper, so it goes a long way, so we're not going to use too much of that. Stir that up.